So once Cosmic Fury finished, and people had a bit of time to kind of process and sort of unwind from the hype of it all, there was a common tweet that I kept seeing, and a common theory that, well, not even a theory, but just like what people thought as fact was, okay, so Once and Always definitely takes place after Cosmic Fury. And the main source of that was Billy's arc with Zordon. Now, basically that Cosmic Fury takes place, Ion meets Zordon, assumably Zordon, it definitely is, come on, in like an afterlife in a void. And then Billy finds out about this, which sets Billy off on his quest to try and get Zordon back. Now Simon Bennett, the showrunner, we all know, Pookie, he has denied this. He has said, no, Once and Always is first, then it's Cosmic Fury. And basically, the order of it goes, Once and Always happens, ends in 2023, Billy realises there's still hope for Zordon, but you know, it is what it is. He goes off into space, ends up on Zordnia with the Cosmic Fury Rangers, and then that episode runs through, and then we get to the end, and he just realises, okay, maybe Zordon is out there, and I'm just looking in the wrong places. Or you could perceive it as, Zordon's clearly in some afterlife, maybe that's the end of my journey for him. But people are quite adamant that they want they want to think of it as Cosmic Fury first and Once and Always. And look, it kind of makes sense. The theory isn't completely dumbfounded, because if you think about it, this is how it could go.
As my mentor Zordon would say, may the power protect you.
Greetings! Heard the Mayday, Solon. We've got a surprise I think you're gonna like.
May the power protect you.
That's really cool that he's using Zordon's saying as his chorus.
Zordon's? How'd he got that from me?
If that's somehow the spirit of Zordon, that means he's out there somewhere.
Many months later.
Zordon! Zordon, are you here?
See, it kind of works, and it's not, you know, I like theories that have strong bases, and this definitely, it has legs to stand on. Here is why I'm just here to lay it out that is not true, and again, we're forgetting the fact that Simon Bennett has already said that it isn't true. And it's with one shot. It's with one shot, and it is in episode 8, where they're talking to Billy, and he's in the command center. And he's in his command center with Alpha 9 at Quantum Technologies, and fair enough, this command center could have existed for a long time before, you know, we see them Once and Always. But you see Zordon's tube behind him with the crack caused by Robo Rita. And that's as simple as it gets, you know, you can't make it any more clearer than that. Do I like the idea of Ion prompting Billy to try and get Zordon back? Absolutely. I think that's sick, and if that was the story, I reckon that'd be great. You know, Billy probably it would have been a case of Billy has never even thought about trying to get Zordon back. Zordon is gone. He realises Zordon's consciousness is still out there somewhere. He tries to get it back. It results in, you know, issues presented in Once and Always. But again, we know that is not true. We know that's not the case. And the overall timeline of Once and Always and Cosmic Fury is as of release. Once and Always starts in 2022. Trini dies, we flash forward a year to 2023, we go through everything with Min and Roborita capturing the Rangers. Billy then goes off on an expedition into space, meets up with Mechanic, they end up on Zordnia. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. The argument that follows this, whenever it's prompted that, you know, Once and Always does take place first, people say, right, and I've said it about Cosmic Fury, that Billy's final shot in the entire show is him clearly still wondering about Zordon and whether or not he can get him back. I think it implies two things. I think it implies that if they ever wanted to continue this story in a comic book, or if they ever bring the show back, we know that Cosmic Fury is the end of the show as we know it, but we know that Billy could still go on. We now know that Billy could still have a story going forward if they want to, like I said, adapt it into a comic, an animation, or furthering of the show. I think there's also the possibility that that just means Billy's getting the realization Zordon hasn't got a presence on this earth anymore. In this universe, he's got a presence in like the morphing grid or in the afterlife or whatever, and that he's realizing, maybe I need to stop my quest. You know, which doesn't make as much sense, because he does say to Mick, maybe this means Zordon is still out there. It's a whole thing. I personally feel like when Once and Always and Cosmic Fury were being written, there was no clear timeline, so they've kind of put both things in and tied them vaguely together so that it could go either way. And it could go either way, but of course we know Once and Always does take place first, and this is just to get that out there. There's clear evidence. I've spoken to a few people on Twitter about it, and I pulled up the reasoning of this one shot with the crack tube, and a lot of people immediately did kind of say, oh shit, yeah, I didn't even realise that was in the show. fair enough. So yeah, this is me getting it out into the world. But of course, we're all entitled to opinions. We can always, like, you know, rewrite our own endings. What do you think of the timeline? And of course, what do you think of Zordon showing up in Cosmic Fury in general? It was, I think either way, the story we had for Zordon was incredible. You know, regardless of which way it takes place, the fact they put that much effort into it, you know, it makes me very happy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Check out the other Cosmic Fury videos we have on this channel, along with the other stuff we've got coming out anyway. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.